Hello, my name is John Hebden, and this interview will delve deep into a new play, Penguin, which is currently on tour in the UK, including 3 showings at Leeds Playhouse on the 20th and 21st of October. And last week I chatted to play director Amy Golding from the Curious Monkey Theatre of Sanctuary Company based in Newcastle, and also the Penguin writer-actor Hamzeh Al Hussian, who is making his professional debut with the play. I began by asking Amy what the play was about.
It's a one-man show, which is autobiographical. So it's Hamza's life story, essentially. It's a journey from the beautiful mountains in Syria, where Hamzeh was born and was brought up, to Zaatari refugee camp in Jordan, where Hamzeh spent a number of years before he came to Gateshead in the northeast of England, where he came as part of the Syrian resettlement program. So the play follows the story of a journey, a kind of physical journey, but it also is a journey of kind of self-acceptance. So Hamzeh talks about his disability within the show, and he talks about his journey to becoming really proud of who he is and owning the way that his physicality, the way that he moves. It's got a lot of music and dance throughout the piece. So there's sort of a story of dancing at weddings in Syria to the dabka, but wanting to kind of hide in the crowd because of not feeling confident about moving in front of people, to then dancing on tables at the quayside in Newcastle, going out clubbing till 5 a.m. and raving it up with the Geordies. So there's kind of this journey of coming to terms with who you are, loving who you are, being proud of who you are through movement and dance and music, and also this kind of story about Hamzeh's really incredible life. For somebody who's in their 20s, when Hamzeh started sharing his stories with me, I was kind of like, wow, this really is quite an incredible and extraordinary story of what's happened so far. And so yeah, we wove that into a beautiful play, and we've been touring it around the UK, and audiences have been loving it. So yeah, we're really
Good.
excited to bring it to Leeds.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, great to have you in Leeds. And Hamza, I understand that you have a disability. Could
Yes.
you just talk to us a little bit about that?
Yes. Actually, the first thing, like my disability, it's called focomilia, which is like I've got like a short fingers, as you see, and like a very
Right.
short like legs. And there's like the right legs is like shorter than the left one, and I've got like problems like on the knees and the hips, and I've got like a mobility issue. Like I can't walk like that much. For example, I walk like 10 meters, and then really like I feel like tired, which is really affecting like the way how I walk, the way how like I grabbing stuff. Yeah, I've been like since I born like with, but I feel like I used to it.
Okay, so doing this show, which is just you for 75 minutes, must be very hard work, must make you very tired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is, but I feel like because like I used like to do this show, you know what I mean? I feel like with the practicing, I quite like I don't feel like the tiredness, you know what I mean? I don't know, Amy, can you just remind me like of the word? It's called adrenaline, something like this.
Adrenaline. Yeah,
Yeah.
when the
Okay.
adrenaline is pumping when you're on stage, it keeps you going, doesn't it? And we did
Did,
a lot of training. So we worked with a movement director, choreographer, who did a lot of training with you, Hamzeh, didn't she, before? We're kind of building strength and working with Hamzeh on the way that his body moves, and where in what positions is Hamzeh more stable, and is in which positions is he stronger. There's all sorts of incredible moves that Hamzeh can do that nobody else can do because of the way that his body is made, which is really amazing
mm,
when you see the dance and the movement in it. So they've worked really closely together to make sure that all the movement is suitable for your body, and also doing lots of strength training and things like that. So yeah, you've been worked hard, but you certainly hold your own for those 75 minutes.
well done, Hamza. That's really good. And there's a lot of dancing involved, is there, in the show, Hamza?
Yes, there is lots of like traditional dancing, the dabka, which is like in Syria, and there is like lots of like clubbing stuff about the Newcastle,
Okay.
and then like yeah,
Okay. So
Dancing in the
this.
kitchen.
dancing in the kitchen as well with my mom in a video call.
Okay. So speaking about your mum, tell us about life in Syria for you. So tell us about where you lived and what age were you when you left?
Mm-hmm. Well, I lived in Syria till I was 18 years. So I lived like in a place which is really such a lovely village called Beit Ara, where it's like there is lots of like mountains, lots of caves, and my dad, he's like a farmer, and we've got really lots of animals. We've got cows, horses, donkeys, and I've got really like over 6 dogs, and we've got lots of
Wow,
cats. And yeah, like we've got really like lots of types like of animals, and we've got lots of like fig trees, lemon trees. Like we've got, you know what I mean? Because like we've got like a quite really like a big land.
that's quite different from Gateshead, I imagine.
It's such different, yeah.
Okay, so you left Syria and you went to a refugee camp in Jordan, and I
Yes,
think you were there for quite a long time. So tell
yeah,
us about the refugee camp, and also tell us about you began to do some drama while you were
yeah,
in Jordan. Tell us about
yeah.
that.
So actually, like we left the village like into like at the end of 2012, and like we went straight away to Za'atari camp in Jordan. At the first 2 years, we lived like in a tent, and like the life on the tent, it's really like so difficult. Like especially for us, like when we arrive in the camp, like we thought we're gonna stay only 2 weeks, and all the Syrian people there, like in the camp, we were thinking like we're gonna stay only 2 weeks and then we're gonna come back to Syria. And the 2 weeks, like it's become 6 years for
Right.
me, you know. And the camp has been open like for like 12 years now and still like open.
And
And for me, like,
did you go to the camp with other members of your family, or were you alone?
yes, actually I went with my mom and my sisters
Right.
and the brother Wasim. And then there's like it's quite like half of the village like left on that day, because it was really like so risky like to stay in the village. And we went to the camp, like it was really like so difficult for me because of my disability, because like they're like really like the ground is so bumpy. It's really like so difficult for me like to walk, even though like the transport, like it was like no transport at like road like no transport at all. Like you have just to use like your feet. And the weather, really, I can't like explain it. It's really hot, and like it's so dusty, and the camp, like it's kind of like in the middle of the desert.
And this is all in the show, is it? We have you in your village, and then in Jordan, and you're doing all that in the show.
Yes, I include like everything like in the show.
And tell me about you started doing drama when you were in
Yes,
Jordan. So there was a drama group, was there?
yes, actually like in 2014. Yeah, actually I just been like watching a group, like a small like members of people. They were just like doing activities. I was really like watching them like from like quite like far away. I've been
Hmm.
like like in my head I'm asking what they doing. Really, I quite really interesting. Like I wanna like to join. And then I went to them like straight away, and I asked like a woman there. She called Arabella. She's from UK, and I told her like, "What do you do? Like, what do you do? What this kind of thing?" And she said like, "We are like we doing like drama. We do acting like every 3 months. Like we create a show. If you wanted to join us, more than welcome." And I was really like so happy. And she was speak like a little bit Arabic, and I wasn't speak like any English at all. And I gave her like my phone number, and the next day she phoned me, and I went really like I was running like so fast like to the organization. And then I joined like this organization, and I was like a member. And then after a year I become like a facilitator. What's the word?
Hmm.
That's
Good
the word,
English,
yeah.
very good English, Hamza. Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
brilliant.
Start like teaching like the children like how to make like their like how to make a show, how to create a shows. And we become really like a noun in the camp, like over 84,000 people. Like there is really like lots of people there. They know like our group, they know like what we do. And we used to make like every 3 months like a show. And there is one of my favorite show called I can, which is like we have like a group of disability like children with another like they don't have like any like any disabilities, like we mix them together and we create a show. Like most of our shows like what like we're about awareness sessions, like to tell the people that the disability they can do this, they can do this, they are able, they are not disabled.
Hamzeh had been living in a refugee camp in Jordan, having left his native Syria 4 years earlier. He was then resettled to the northeast of England as part of the UK's then Syrian resettlement programme, and he told me about this move.
Yeah, actually, I left the Zaatari camp in 2018 in April. Yeah, when we came here, like straight away. Yeah, by the way, like we came through the resettlement team, and there is like a support worker who's like gonna support me like for 1 year here. So when I came to her straight away, I told her, look, I was like showing her like photos, the pictures of me like in the camp. I told her, I do acting, I do this, I do this. I'm interested like to do like a show. Can you just like tell me if there is like any organizations, any charities that do like drama, acting, this kind of stuff? And then like straight away they send me like to the Curious Monkey, whereas I met Amy, and there is another one called Joanne, and I wasn't speak English at all. I just like we were really like communicate like in a body language, face language. I don't know like how like we did communicate on that day, but really I was really just really like so happy like to be like what I mean like in this group, because I knew like in this group I'm gonna like explore like my ability. And then I told Amy straight away, I wanna do a show. You know what I mean? I wanna like create a show about me, about my life. And then she told me it's okay, like now you need like to improve your English language. You need like to yeah. Can you Amy just explain it a bit? I feel like
Yeah.
I need yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So Curious Monkey is a theatre company of Sanctuary. So we run lots of projects with people who are from refugee and asylum seeking backgrounds. And there's a group that we run, and Hamzeh ended up being one of the very first people when we set that group up to come and join that project. So he started taking part in workshops with us, and yeah, and as he said, quite quickly said, "I want to make a show," and I was kind of okay, slow down, let's get to know each other, let's build some skills, let's. And Hamzeh was really keen that the show would be in English, so I was like, okay, then take some time to learn the language, and we'll keep learning drama skills and theatre skills. And then it was 2019 that we started working on it, and we just
Yes.
started meeting outside of the regular group, and Hamzeh just started telling me stories, and we were recording all of these stories, and then we started working on the script together, kind of how we might piece them to piece the parts of your life together, and how we made it theatrical. And we brought a whole different team on board, like a dramaturg to work with us, and a set designer, and a lighting designer, and a movement choreographer. And so yeah, it kind of started off quite slowly, just me and Hamzeh sharing stories, and then we brought a whole team in to make the show. But yeah, so it's Hamzeh's kind of professional debut, and he's totally smashing it. He's getting amazing reviews. It's
Well
good,
played.
great.
Well played, Hamzeh. I love the idea of you going to Amy and saying, I want to do a show, and Amy saying, well, actually, you need to learn the language first. I love that. So, Hamzeh, just explain the title, Penguin. Why is it called Penguin?
Well, it's a good question, and it's a long story behind this.
Oh, okay.
I
Go
called
ahead.
Yeah, I called it penguin because when I was a kid, like really, like I used to hear like a lots of people that call me penguin. It's as like of like a bullying
Okay.
that call me like penguin. Oh look here, there's like a penguin here, like from schools, like you know what I mean. I was like, really like when I hear like this word, I just like I go like to the house, I close like at myself like in my bedroom. I just really like start crying, or I go like to the mountain with my dogs. I'm crying. Like I say, like why do the people like they call me this? You know what I mean?
Mm.
Everyone really like anywhere I go, they just penguin. Look at the way how he walk. He walk like a penguin. You know what I mean? Even like I couldn't like go like to anywhere. Like I start feeling like really like embarrassing like to go to like two schools. Like even like the students there, they say like why you studying? Just go like stay home. You know what I mean? And even
Mm.
like I start like go in the night time, because in the night time like no one will see me, like if I want to go like to shopping, or if I gonna even like for a wedding, if I want to go to the wedding, I watch like from like far away, and I go in the night time because no one like will see my hands. No one will see like the way how the way how I walk. But I feel like all these things in the past like makes me really like stronger, and I feel like when I become much, I feel like when I was like in Jordan, like as well, like I'll start like feel kind of like I don't know how to explain it exactly. Like I start, like I didn't listen like to these people. Yeah, and like it's kind of like when I came here, like it's kind of like I wanna like to reclaim it, like
Right.
to tell the people, okay, I'm a penguin. I'm proud. I'm a penguin. So I wanna show them what the penguin can make. So penguin now he doing like his professional, his own show.
So you kind of turned the word penguin, which was people bullying you. You turned it into a very positive thing, haven't you? Because
Yes,
now it's a drama production which is being staged in some major theatres in the north of England. So that's fantastic. Um,
There's a really beautiful moment. I don't want to give massive spoilers, but there's a really beautiful moment at the end where there's like a realization of all of the, like Hamza talks about a penguin as a bird that can't even fly, when he's feeling it as a negative insult towards him, and disability discrimination, that's what it is. And then there's a moment where he kind of flips it and he's thinking about all the real positives about penguins and how they look after each other and how they're really good swimmers and actually they're really good dancers, and he's kind of finding these, which is kind of woven in with the journey of the dance throughout the piece as well. But it's just a really beautiful moment of reclaiming. And then at the end, I won't give it away, but there's a moment where he's just owns it and owns the penguin and owns the stage, and it's really powerful.
so, Amy, just tell us about when and where it's showing and how people might get tickets in Leeds.
So it's on at Leeds Playhouse next weekend, in the Bramall Rock Void, I think is the name of the theatre. It's on the 20th and the 21st of October. We're doing 3 shows, so it's 2 evening shows, and then there's a matinee on the Saturday as well, 2 o'clock matinee. So you can get tickets from the box office there or on the website. And we're also offering free tickets to people who are from refugee or asylum-seeking backgrounds, who are seeking sanctuary here. So if there's groups who are interested in coming or individuals, then you can get in touch with box office and they'll let you know how to access those tickets as well. And it's captioned in both English and Arabic. So the play is performed mostly in English, but Hamza does speak some Arabic in it. So there's English captions there for people to be able to understand the Arabic bits, and then everything is captioned in Arabic. So if there's Arabic speaking audience members, they'll be able to understand the whole story as well.
That's fantastic.
We at Curious Monkey, we're really interested in getting people who have not been to the theatre before, either in this country or at all, into the theatre, and if we can fill seats with people who it's their first experience of theatre, or come and see a story that they're going to relate to or connect with, then that makes us very happy.
Curious Monkey, explain the name.
This is a kind of long
Another
story.
long story, is it?
Yeah, sort of. It came from, we used to have a different name years ago when we first set up. We were called Theatre Oricaria, and Oricaria, because the Oricaria is a beautiful tree. It's the monkey puzzle tree, and it was and that was the image of our logo, which was just a beautiful image that I really liked. But then we realised that Oricaria was very difficult to spell and very difficult to Google, and so it was kind of difficult for people to find us, and we were like, this isn't working, we need to change the name of the company. So we decided we wanted something that was still kind of playful. So the way that we make work is we like to have a lot of fun, and we like to play around with ideas a lot, but also the work is asking questions about the world. So Curious was about the kind of being curious about the world, asking questions about the way things are through the work that we make, and then the monkey bit was kind of the playfulness in which we do that. So so that's where we came to Curious Monkey, but it did start from the monkey puzzle tree.
It's a great name. Are you writing any more plays, Hamza?
At the moment, no, but maybe in the future.
I suppose you're too busy doing your current play, aren't you, to probably have
Yes,
a lot of time for that. Well, I wish you all the best. I'll try and get along next weekend. And
Great.
lovely to talk to both of you. Good luck.
And you, thank you. We look forward to welcoming you there.
And that was play director Amy Golding from the Curious Monkey Theatre Company and Penguin writer-actor Hamzeh Al Hussian talking to me about the play Penguin, currently on tour in the UK. And thanks very much to Amy and Hamzeh for the chat, to their promo people and the production team at BCB Radio in Bradford for setting the interview up, and also thanks to you for listening. My name is John Hebden.